Hill Country Hands. Thank you for joining me on my channel today. Today's video is going to be organizing our breast milk freezer. So we've been using our 2 fridge freezers to store my frozen breast milk, and we've just run out of room. It's not very well organized. We definitely could have fit a lot more in there if I would have taken the time to organize it better. But we did go ahead and buy a freezer. It's not a deep freeze, but just a regular freezer to store just breast milk in for right now. So I'm going to be taking the milk from both of the fridge freezers and putting them into our new freezer. We didn't get a deep freeze right now because they're really hard to come by right now and the prices are pretty expensive. I think that it's just because of everything going on. Hi. I think a lot of people are buying freezers and deep freezes right now to buy meat in bulk and freeze them. So we had a hard time finding a freezer that was affordable that would get here within like a week or so for delivery. But we did find one. We really like it. I will show y'all the freezer, and then also I will just show y'all how I'm going to organize the breast milk and show y'all what the fridge freezers look like right now. And then also I have some breast milk stored at my parents' house because we were running out of room and because they need it whenever they are watching the kids. Thaws it to give to Hunter. I do send over a jar of breast milk and she uses that first, and then she'll start thawing some milk if he drinks more. We've been kind of having an issue with him drinking very much lately, so we still have quite a bit of breast milk. He is currently still not wanting to take a bottle very easily. He will, but very reluctantly, and he doesn't drink very much. My husband has been having to give him the milk through like a medicine taker while I'm at work. My mom has a little bit better luck with giving him some bottle, but he still doesn't drink very much. So we still have a ton of milk, and I do have an almost oversupply with him. I started pumping around 2 weeks after I came home from the hospital. I pump twice a day, once in the morning and then once around dinner time. I usually get about 4 to 6 ounces on each breast, each of those times. So I only pump twice a day if I'm home with him and he's nursing directly from the breast. If I go to work, I usually pump about every 3 hours. So I don't pump a whole lot because I'm only away from him 2 days a week, and I just started back to work about 3 weeks ago. A lot of this milk is just from pumping the twice a day and using I always say it wrong, the hookah, it's not hookah, but that suction device catching the letdown. So I'm just going to share with y'all how we're going to organize it today. I do have Mackenzie in the background. Sorry if you hear her. I am trying to record with 2 littles, and Lily, our dog, is walking around, so you probably hear all kinds of different noises in the background, but this is real mom life. But I did want to share with y'all just a easy way to organize your milk. It is important to organize it by date because you want to use your oldest milk first, obviously. If you have an actual deep freeze, your milk will last longer. If you're new to my channel, I do motherhood and lifestyle videos every Tuesday and Thursday. I would love it if you would please consider subscribing. If you enjoy this video and this type of content, please give it a thumbs up, and let's get into today's video. So I'm going to start by showing y'all our freezers. Please don't judge me. They're not very organized at all. So this is, I've just been putting breast milk back here. It's pretty embarrassing. I haven't been laying them super flat because there just wasn't room. So they haven't frozen flat like I like them to be. And they're just piled up in there. This is our freezer in the kitchen. This is our freezer in the laundry room. So same thing, I just have them piled everywhere. We took a ton to my parents' house because we were running out of room. So I think I'm just going to start with just pulling all the frozen milk out and putting it on the counter, and then kind of trying to go through the dates. But I'm going to try to work pretty quickly because I don't want it to start thawing, and kind of just go from there. It's kind of overwhelming because it's just so bad. It's such a mess. but let's see. Oh, and I already have a few things in this freezer, so let's look at that real quick. So this is the freezer that we got right now. It's just over here tucked away next to our china cabinet. So it's a good size, but I am gonna have to organize pretty well to get a lot of stuff to fit in there because I have so much milk. So let's get started.
Looking back at the good times before it all went down, climbed right up on the hillside, a different view of my life. You left me running on and on, but I don't care, would you let me in? You said goodbye like everything's gone, everything that we could have been. But
So I can't believe that there's this much. It is, wow. So this is what happens whenever you don't organize your milk and when you don't lay it flat so that it can, like, I mean, it's all frozen, all weird. You want your milk to lay flat so that it freezes thin, so it's a lot easier to store. So don't do this. This is what you should not do. Don't just throw your milk in the freezer and let it freeze weird ways and let it just not be organized because it just gets way out of control. I'm gonna give myself some grace and we're just gonna get it organized and start fresh from now. That way I can start freezing the milk the right way.
you was enough to leave me chasing you on and on. But I don't care, I will let you in. You said goodbye like everything's gone, everything that we could have been. But I know you are my liability. Yeah, I know you are my liability. Oh, what a hopeless case we could be. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm definitely like overwhelmed because I just don't have enough like storage bins. I need to buy more of these like big Tupperware or something to put them in because I was trying to get like all of August in here and that's just not going to happen. And then I have July in here, but there's still like a ton of July and August over here. And then I have June right here. Most of June my mom has at her house, so there's just a little bit of June. And then I have, excuse my messy kitchen, but then I have September over there. So I just not going to be able to get it exactly the way I want it today because I don't have any more storage boxes. As you can hear, Hunter's getting really fussy and the milk is thawing, so I'm just getting like a little bit overwhelmed. So I'm just gonna kind of have to get it semi-organized today, and then once I buy some stuff, get it more like I want it. So I'm really frustrated with myself for not freezing these the correct way. Because I'm not gonna be able to fit as many in here like this. It's just, they're just spilling everywhere.
Never up, never down, never. Like a theme in a song, clever. Feeling high, feeling low at the same time. Feels so right, then I'm wrong, hoping I'll be fine. But I get up, I always do. I never think, I always do. Never thought
Okay, so I'm done for today. I'm not super happy with how it turned out. I mean, it's so much better than it was. We can find stuff. We have room to put more meat in the freezer. I have room to start storing my breast milk the correct way, nice and flat, and it's much better, but I'd still like to work on it and get some more organization stuff for the freezer. My biggest tip is don't do this with your milk. Don't let it get out of control to where you have to do this, because it took forever to try to organize it, and it was just a hard thing to organize with them not laying flat, since they're all like lopsided and different. They froze different sizes, so stay on top of freezing your milk if you can. If you're like me though, I mean, it can be done, and hopefully he'll start going through this milk so I can start a cleaner organization, and I'll do an update once I have it more the way I'd like it. Okay, so this is how it turned out. Like I said, it's not perfect, but it's so much better, and there is room for me to add more. The bottom is June, then it's July, and then the overstuffed one is August. I definitely have more room on the bottom too, but I wanted to keep them separated by months. So once I use up all the June, I will start putting the September down there. And then I also learned after I had finished with this shelf that I think laying them this way is easier because they are less likely to fall out on top of you. I had one fall on me a couple weeks ago, and I like broke my toe. It got really purple. So it's not fun when it falls on you. Luckily this thing does have a lock to it, so we can keep Mackenzie out of it. I don't want her to get hurt. I would like to use some kind of organization like bins, but I'm almost afraid that it's going to take up too much room in this freezer if I were to use any kind of bins or containers to organize. Sorry, Hunter's grumpy in the background. So I'm not sure if that makes sense to do any kind of bins or anything like that. Let me know in the comments if you think I should try to do some kind of bins, but I think doing each shelf a different month is good, and I think it'll work out good. So these are both very full. These are both bins that have all September dates. So I think just keeping some of the milk in here is fine. You can fit quite a few in there. And then I just have like our drink ice stuff. So this bin is all ice packs for like when we're sick, and then also ice packs for like lunch boxes. This bottom shelf has all of our rice and quinoa. We always keep it in the freezer just so that it lasts longer, and that's just how we store it. So I have all of that really easy to get to because we eat rice a couple times a week at least. Mackenzie is helping herself to an ice pack. And then I have like her teethers. We have a couple cold mugs. And then these are the ones that I use the most for my work lunches. So this looks so much better, and it's so much easier to get to everything. Okay, on to the last freezer. It's kind of dark in here, but I have all of our veggies in the door. I have some more ice packs. We probably could throw those away. I have a frozen pizza, her popsicles. We have some fries. And then I have the Pedialyte pops separately so we don't accidentally just use those when we're not sick. And then I have all the meat up on the top shelf. So it could still be better. I would like more room for meat. I don't know if I should switch the top and the bottom and try to fit everything on the top shelf and have just the bottom shelf be for meat maybe. But this is how it's going to be for right now, because Hunter, like, as you can hear in the background, is having some GI problems today. He is not very comfortable today. I hope that you enjoyed today's video. Like I said, it's not perfect, but poor little Hunter is not comfortable. He's struggling with his tummy GI issues, so I'm going to go ahead and end the video here so I can go just take care of him and snuggle. Daddy, it's okay. Here's that baby. It's okay. You're okay, bud. It's much better than it was, and it's a work in progress. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Sorry about all the baby kid noise today.
I watch you as you drive. Do you know I'm looking? And I can't help but smile. Do you know how